Hey everyone, it's Andrew here from Seymour Automation, and since near the end of last year, I've known that Microsoft has been wanting to make an entrance to the RPA space, and they're planning to do so this year within one of their existing products called Microsoft Flow, which is now known as Power Automate Flow. Little did I know that Microsoft had done a sneaky on me. They didn't smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure you hit that like button for the video, guys. It will really help me out a lot. Back on track, what Microsoft actually done is they done a silent launch of the RPA product. They didn't really make any big announcements, any fuss about it or anything like that. They simply just put it out into the wild in a little corner of Microsoft Flow to see how it would go. So what I'm going to cover in this video is looking at a Hello World application using the Flow RPA development tools provided by Microsoft, and I'm going to also give you what my opinion is of Microsoft entering into this space. That way you can go away and make an informed decision if you think this is something worth investing time into or worth researching a bit more, or just keeping in mind in terms of the RPA product development suite. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Microsoft Flow, it's essentially a product where you can automate flows. Doesn't do desktop application or web application automation. What it does instead is it has a bunch of pre-built connectors with all sorts of applications like SharePoint, Twitter, Facebook, Outlook, Excel, and so on. And from all these applications, Flow will seamlessly allow them to integrate. So you can search for particular tweets, put them into an Excel document, then email that Excel document to someone, for example. So it's really great for mainstream applications because it covers pretty much all of them. For simple integration, you just simply connect them up with different steps and they'll all talk to each other. No development or RPA experience needed. It's super simple to use and comes for free. And most customers that have Microsoft product will actually get some sort of pro version included in their enterprise bundle also. So without further ado, let's jump into Flow and take a look at how it actually works with the RPA tools. Alright, we're in Microsoft Flow now, and we're at My Flows, and all you need to do is simply click on the UI Flows tab, and you'll get to the area where you can automate desktop and web apps. We're just going to go new. The first one we'll look at is desktop app, and we'll take a look at the web app after. So going into desktop app, let's go next. We'll name this flow name YouTube Demo. Hit next. First of all, you can set up your inputs into your flow. So I'm going to open up Notepad and write in some text. So we'll put the text here. You can add some sample data that it will use. So we'll do Hello World. And we'll put the description as the text to write into Notepad. Let's hit next. You then have this record app. So like other products like Automation Anywhere or UiPath, it includes a recorder. You will need to download it and install it. I've already got it set up. So we just go launch recorder, and all we do is open up Notepad. You'll see we have this record up the top. So let's hit record. We can then click onto the input. And if we use this use input, we can grab that text we defined at the start, which has a sample text Hello World. Click on that. That's going to type it out. And then let's hit done. So with that all set up, we'll close down Notepad. And we can see here we have our steps, which is to start our flow and run a Notepad script. You can click on it and it will launch Notepad. Click on it and insert some text as follows. That value is the text from the input we defined at the start of this flow. And you can also see screenshots as to where it's clicking and what it's doing. So if we go next, you can also grab output from the application. We're not going to do that for this example, just go next. And then we can test it. So let's put in a text Andrew here. Hit test now. Hit test. Without touching our mouse or keyboard at all, it's going to open up Notepad and it's going to type in the text Andrew, which I defined as an input into this UI flow. You can see here, it does take a while to run. It's got Notepad in the foreground now, and any moment it's going to type in Andrew. There we go. We can see it's typed in Andrew. Our flow ran successfully. So we can hit save and exit. And now we have this YouTube demo flow we can run anytime at all within the UI flows part. So that's how you automate desktop applications. Pretty bare bones right now. Let's take a look at web browsers. So we'll go new. You can choose web app. Go next. We'll do this YouTube Flow web. The base URL will be the website it first opens up. So we'll do www.google.com. We're going to go launch recorder. And what you'll be prompted to do is install this Selenium IDE Chrome extension, and that's going to be used to record your steps. The instructions in Flow aren't too clear as to what to do from here. Thankfully, I've used this a lot before, so you just need to go to this start recording. It's going to open up Google. We can do CMU Automation YouTube. Go enter. Let's click on one of our videos. That's going to load up. Then, if we go back to the Selenium IDE, we hit the stop button up here. And that finishes recording the steps for that flow. To run it, we have this run current test button. You click here. And you can see here, it runs all the flow steps, and you saw it was lightning quick. So this is really, really fast. If we close this here, it will warn us our changes aren't saved. So we need to click on this little save project. And then it creates it. If you click on it, there's no run button. You need to go to edit and it will open it back up in the Selenium IDE. So this is an interesting move by Microsoft because Selenium is traditionally used for web development, for running automated tests to make sure your website's loading and running as expected. Don't get me wrong, it's a great product, but they've simply integrated Flow directly into this without any customization on the Flow side to this, such as inputs, outputs, and so on. You could just install the Selenium IDE completely separately and use this exact same thing without needing to go through the whole Flow UI. So I reckon they're going to build this out over time. Okay, with all that said and done, here's my thoughts on Microsoft entering this space. First of all, the tools are quite basic and quite bare bones. They aren't ready for enterprise yet. They're just ready for hobby and personal development right now. But if you take a look at historically how Microsoft operates in this space, you look at Amazon Web Services, and Microsoft came in later, and just recently they're taking more and more bigger market share. You look at Power BI versus Tableau, where Tableau was a big product at first, yet Power BI has come in for analytics and dashboards and taken over the space at time, and Google Sheets Online versus Office 365 Online. So the way they work is Microsoft will come in later, and because they already have relationships with these Fortune 500 companies, typically they'll easily gain a foothold in this space from this. They'll undercut the competition on price, and also because it integrates with all the customers' existing Microsoft products, it's a no-brainer for them to choose a Microsoft product. So my thoughts are, long term, give it a year or two, they're going to build out this capability over time, and what you're going to see is it will come bundled in the enterprise with existing Office 365 for Business subscriptions. So if I was a CTO looking to buy an RPA product, and I'm looking at Blue Prism, Automation Anywhere, UiPath, and then Microsoft Flow comes in, it's already bundled in my existing Office 365 subscriptions for all my users, I would probably heavily consider what are the capabilities of that and can I use that, because that will represent a significant cost saving. And even if it isn't included in the bundle, I can guarantee you it will come in at a lot cheaper than their competitors' products. They historically always do this when they're battling against Amazon, Tableau or Google Sheets, and it will integrate with all their other existing products, and I already have the relationships with Microsoft as a vendor. So I recommend just hold for now, take a look, play around with some development yourself, but just keep an eye on the news, come back to this in 6 months or a year, and we'll see what sort of enterprise level features they have in Microsoft Flow in terms of RPA. So I'll catch you guys next time, and just quickly, if you're interested in learning more about Flow, check the link in the description. I've got a course which covers how it can be used, and it's just pretty amazing what it can do out of the box without needing any sort of RPA integration whatsoever.